and the Lion, and it's also a bad lane matchup for. Oh, hang
that's
on.
first blood. So Mira did eventually go down.
Okay, and so
Panto.
the 4 mana drain is still
okay.
600 mana in 5 seconds. It's not
Remnant
bad.
does connect. XM as the orb to try to get away. Actually gets a little fancy with it and dies as a result with a double decay. And it's going to force Kiyotaka out with not too much to show for it.
But the TP rotation.
Stormhammer, the God Strength coming out as well. Only the level 5 Dawnbreaker not able to use anything to get out of dodge. Does have Hammer. They're going to make their way over to the lane where XXS is playing very confidently in tower range right now.
Yeah,
the ward is placed. He's already at half HP though. Aether Remnant pop. There's a Centaur Stomp. If he gets his ult off here, which he will. Solar Guardian to follow, but he's dead already. Solar Guardian from Toronto Tokyo to try to help out. They will be able to get Jin Q on top of this, so double kill for Kiyotaka.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's a nice little find there as Tombstone not available. Dying, coming right back to life, TPing in and dying instantly. So using that of the net worth, it's such a hard hero to contest.
Yeah, he is a level and a half ahead of the Faceless Void.
They get the finger, and that is the death of the Faceless Void. So, as Toronto Tokyo going to get surrounded. Flesh Golem activated from the XXS, and the TP instantly canceled because Jin Q is there with his million disables and the finger to delete Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, didn't get it off. His animation was stopped because the decay took the kill. Jin Q didn't look too phased by it. Not to be mistaken for faced by it. Of course, face wash, important to him. But now that finger was unused, which I think is a good thing. You don't have to use finger for guaranteed kills just to get stacks. I think, personally, that's pretty overrated. I think having the cooldown is much better.
Aether Remnant misses again. X-Nova, though, getting blocked by Kiyotaka. And the Dissimilate is there, but the Chronosphere is being used to just kill the one. But on top of the Undying now, XXS is going to be fine. Spirit Vessel applied to him. Ame gets the Stormhammer onto 2 heroes. Trying to go for the Rasta, but of course the foul play comes into play. No pun intended. Does kill him off in the end. Toronto Tokyo looks to be next for Ame in the midst of this Wisdom Shrine. It matters not. That's 2 dead. And now the coil snapping. Kiyotaka with another Dissimilate onto low ground with the Astral Step is going to be fine, although XM.
The Remnant accuracy now down to 15% here. Oh, I'm just pulling that number out.
But a follow-up Hex from Mira. They get the life drain on top of him. X-Nova is going to try to channel. Does get off the Echo Stomp. The Earth Splitter to follow. Is going to hit 1. That's going to be the deletion of Panto. And another support to follow suit. So in the end, a 1 for 2. Q gets off the Dissimilate before the Hex comes through. Getting slowed by the right clicks of XXS. And they're going to get the Waning Rift, though. XM gets the nice silence. They have the coil to follow. Kiyotaka in a lot of trouble. He's going to pop the Resonant Pulse to try to stay alive. Gets the barrier, getting healed now from the sideline. Meanwhile, Ame just deletes Mira off the face of the map. So 1 death already for Aurora as they try to hightail away. Attempted TP, and it is...
Ignore Netherward as a factor. Oh. Ame. You don't hit that hard. Well, I guess you thought Jin Q could connect in time. He hits hard enough on that guy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Again, like we did for Aurora game 1. Like this Void Spirit. Dawn this time, obviously, AC immediately after Ags, so definitely going to hit.
Oh, we got the Hex. Open up with the Shackle to follow. Jin Q, though, Impale, going to buy a little bit of time. Toronto Tokyo gets the Solar Guardian. Again, Ame coming in from the north, deletes 2 supports, and Nightfall has to chrono and run away. Toronto Tokyo, finger to death. Didn't mean it that way, of course, Cinderin. Aurora, 3 dead, and the Aegis is just going to expire. The old...
I heard a player that a lot of people have on their fantasy team, Yatoro, though.
Yes.
Got a Rampage in his previous game.
Oh, really? That's good for me. Ame takes out Mira. Yeah, I definitely have Yatoro. Nightfall maneuver was successful this time, but it's going to be at the cost of a support as Ame and company just running through Aurora. Will be attempted from Xtreme, and you can tell by the top of your screen the smoke comes out from Aurora. Means they want to contest. Roche is already at half HP, though.
Oh.
XXS in that Flesh Golem form as well, and the Tombstone is placed in the pit. There's the Hex to start things out. XM getting the run to the damage onto the Rasta. The coil comes out as well as Ame just cleans up Roche himself. 2 shots, Nightfall, goodbye. As Kiyotaka's BKB finally comes back online. He gets a support for his troubles. As you can see, the Dawnbreaker able to BKB out. And now the pursuit of the supports and Kiyotaka. Stormhammer connects, and that's a... Gets ethereal there from a moment there from Panto, but in the end, the Crepify can only do so much. So a 2 for 1, and likely to be a 3rd. So Xtreme get basically everything that they want. They get Roche all the goodies. They delete the Faceless Void in 2 hits.
Realistically speaking, the only way you win this Roche fight is by finding the backline. When Aurora go into the pit and they throw an Aether Remnant and the target they connect on is Undying, they can't go on him first. Yeah. Even if they somehow kill him, he's immediately back in the fight with everything. And Sven is unaccounted for in the pit. You can't... not to sound like a broken record, but again, damage issues, right? Can you actually kill the big cores that you have to get through? And if the answer is no, you never go on them first. You have to, this smoke, it has to wrap around fully. It has to find Lion, ET. If you can somehow pick them off first, maybe you can build a fight around that. But again, this just leads to yet another team fight with unexpended ults. We never got a Chrono, we never got a Solar Guardian. They just couldn't find an entry.
And Nightfall ready to go now, potentially.
All right.
Doesn't
nice.
use the Chrono. Ame literally just standing still, hitting buildings, will get the second lane. And the Hex from Mira.
Okay.
Kiyotaka on the sidelines as XM coming in with the coil onto 2. Nice heals from Panto. But the Stormhammer coming in. Ame wants to get in deep. He gets the 1 kill. And it back and forth from Nightfall. As you can see, the reset was there, but Ame now with that God Strength available. Earth Splitter does a decent amount, but Nightfall able to time walk most of it away. Toronto Tokyo getting on top of the Sven. Remember, this is still an Aegis Sven who just brushes off the damage with that Satanic. Gets back to full HP, brings him back with the Harpoon, but the Chronosphere is there with the life break on top of him. This is going to be enough to take out life number 1 of Ame. Can you do it again, though, is the question. Ame pops the Warcry. Basically invincible now as a result. Finger of Death deletes Toronto Tokyo, and it looks like Nightfall is next on the list, although Time Walks gets most of his HP back as a result. Kiyotaka, in the midst of all this, doing a decent amount of damage, takes out another support. So Lion dead again. Toronto Tokyo. He's going to get harpooned back into the arms of Ame. That's a double kill for XXS, though, as Nightfall and Kiyotaka, last remaining members of Aurora, as it looks like this game 2 will likely just come to an end right now.
They just cannot deal with Ame.
GG's come out, so Xtreme 2-0 pretty convincingly.
10-0
Really
and
impressive.
10. I'm sure Fear has a little smile on his face. Obviously a big Sven enjoyer himself, one of his favorite heroes of all time.